Hello, Lacrosse friends. Welcome back to the LaxAllStars North American Invitational. I'm Steven Stamp, joined by Tom Scavetta, and we are trying to get the latest updated rosters here. Some changes going on pretty late on this one. The rosters are due before a team's first game, and for some of them that is taken quite literally as they're basically walking their way in, and they're figuring it out as they go. We will have the Basom Bombers in black with yellow lettering going right to left, left to right, and facing them will be the Caughnawaga Indians. And
that's right. They finished third in last year's Invitational. They lost the semifinal game to Thompson Brothers.
I can't even find their roster.
The Caughnawaga roster.
I don't think we have one at all.
I just asked Connor.
Yeah, somebody's supposed to be bringing it over to us, so we're going to have to be guessing. We know that Dirk McComber, the commissioner of the Can-Am League, is coaching the club. And Basom, though, will come up with first possession. They've got Goa Abrams in net. And on the other side, hard to say, but we will figure it out as soon as possible. Here's a drive to the net and a shot. Shot attempt by Gase Abrams, but he couldn't get it. It was stripped from him. Caughnawaga comes up with it. Going to try and elude some forechecking pressure.
It's just 30 seconds into this game.
And we have a roster.
Yeah.
So and it's a full roster. So pretty good solid bunch of players here for the Indians as they set up on offense. Starting out with it is Haven Brown. There's a shot in the middle, ripped there underhand by Ray Oakes. But the Bombers come up with the ball, head down, speed being shown here. Nice run up the floor by Mike Kaminsky, who, and the first goal of the game, a rip from the far side. I believe that was Anthony Patterson burying that one. We talked about the talent that this Basom Bombers team has. And boy, Anthony Patterson, who had a terrific Arena Lacrosse League season. Actually just played in the Arena Lacrosse League Young Guns game at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center before the National Lacrosse League Combine and Draft. And Patterson, so talented, so silky smooth out on the floor. He's a tall guy. And it doesn't necessarily look like he's moving fast, but he gets where he needs to be and is just an elite player in terms of his smoothness. Skylar Thomas. Bombers still with possession, but I think they will get it on the possession foul as Ray Oakes was flattened. There's a cut through to the middle by Thomas Schuyler. Over and back. Patterson not quite able to stay on the offensive side of center. And the Indians will take possession. Caughnawaga running up into the offensive zone, the ball in the stick of Ryan Green. It's turned over though, and the Bombers putting some pressure on. I tell you, this team is ready to go. Patterson tries to get it. It bounces free. And it looks like it'll be grabbed by Ansley Lauren. Shovels it off to Hudson Well. That's going to be over and back, though, as that pass didn't connect. Yep. Couldn't quite get it through to Colton Tarbell.
1-0.
Here's a chance on the net. Nice foot save. And here come the Indians back the other way, trying to even things up. There's a shot, but it is stopped. Great chance there for Kobe Thomas. Mike Kaminsky, wearing number 70 here on the near side for the Bombers, is actually from Saskatchewan. Played with the SWAT program. Oh, and there's a goal, dropping the head of the stick down. Larson Sundown bounces one through the legs of the goaltender. It looks like Brandon Miller. We'll take a look. Actually, I believe it's Colton Tarbill actually is in net for the Caughnawaga Indians. We'll have to figure that out because I thought there was a one as a runner, but we'll see. Either way, it's Larson Sundown that bounces that one down through the legs, making it 2-0. Face-off violation, Indians possession. But Kaminsky, who was drafted by the Saskatchewan Rush, played this summer at the Western Lacrosse Association. He is going everywhere he can to play lacrosse and just build himself up and try and make it to the highest level he can. Ball's picked off. And the Bombers get it up over mid-floor. They leave it there for Skylar Thomas.
Bombers looking to get something going here.
Backdoor quick stick attempt doesn't quite work out for Jake Rice, and then he's in the crease as he plays the ball.
That was Zach Miller who at the high end of the post there.
So yeah, that was Jake Rice. As I mentioned, we've got a few updates to the roster. And here's a chance for Jake Rice as he picks that ball up as it rolls back over center floor, passes it off. And behind the back shot by Rice is stopped. I was with you. I was excited to see Zach Miller play, and then he's not on their roster as they actually showed up. When I saw him listed there and thought that was pretty cool. Miller, of course, the Virginia product. Oh, and that one trickles through. Goa Abrams couldn't quite get his control of it, and it will find its way over the line. Leland Powless just rips one through, and he's going to go and have a quick glove tap with Goa Abrams.
So far, Stephen, there's been 3 pretty one-ended games. As this game now, we'll see if that changes here.
Yeah, I mentioned when we were playing the last game that I thought it would be a little different, and it definitely is. As a lot of talent on both of these teams, a lot of experience. They actually have a broken stick. That leads to a chance for the Bombers. Seneca War Chiefs helmet there on Mitch White. Sorry, that's Dante David. But there's a goal for the Bombers, and they never really, I don't think, got their defense completely settled after Dante David's stick broke and they had to make a change on the fly.
That stick that broke really kind of led to that goal. If you think about it, a sequence of events there really giving the Bombers a little bit of momentum. They're able to find the back of the net.
And we're back underway. I'm Stephen Stamp with Tom Scavetta as the Caughnawaga Indians trail 3-1, trying to control the ball there. It's eventually picked up by Kobe Thomas.
Indians looking to respond.
Halfway through the first of 2 15-minute running time halves. The Indians, as you said, looking for something in tight. They get the shot, then it doesn't get through. Go Abrams this time. And here come the Bombers the other way. Chance Hill going for a bit of a run. He'll pass it off and spin towards the middle of the net. Hill mixing it up in front with Dave Whitby. There's a shot from the outside. That comes right up to us. It was almost up into our booth. So if you're wondering where we're sitting, right behind there. You can see it, right? There's Dirk McComber coaching. And, hey, there's my hand pointing at the screen. And there's your hand with your pass. Nice work. John's going to tell us his last name so we can give him some good props. But John Galvin, the cameraman and director, he has his camera up on one of the poles that you can raise a camera up. Very cool. So we have a great overhead view of this tournament. There's a pass, a nice shot, but just goes a little bit wide to the far side, and the Indians pick it up. 6.5 to go here in the first, 3-1 for the Basom Bombers.
Indians looking to really pass the ball around right now. Take some time off that clock. 6:20 to go in this first half. 3-1 Indians lead over the Bombers.
Pass up to the top to Dalton Day. So Abrams will come up with it behind his net, looking for the outlet pass. He's going to go the intermediate pass, reached up with one hand. Larson Sundown gets it. He'll just fire a bouncer. They had Ron John up ahead, but they couldn't get it ahead to him. So Larson Sundown takes it. Nobody picked him up in time, and he just bounces one home.
Sundown, another good look there. I believe for Sundown, his third goal already.
Is that 3?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Larson Sundown. I thought the first goal was Anthony Patterson, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Larson Sundown is on fire. 3 of the 4 goals by the Basom Bombers. Now possession for the Bombers. And, well, we were thinking this might be a closer game, but the Bombers are looking pretty darn solid here. And so far imposing their will on the Caughnawaga Indians. That pass actually bounced off the helmet of Dusty Parker. He looks around, can't find it. We have an outlet pass. There's some serious forechecking by Chauncey Hill. Got to get across center in 10 seconds. They're going to run out of time, and it'll be Basom Bombers possession. Owen Hill was able to come up with the ball, but we go right back to the other end, and it is Chauncey Hill burying that one. The turnover, you have to put the ball down, and boom, the Bombers ready to pounce, and they are jumping out ahead here.
5-1 now, and Chauncey Hill, a good look there. Bombers bringing a lot of intensity to the floor right now, and the Indians really just trying to get themselves together here, not just on the floor, but mentally as well. They seem all sorts of dysfunctional. There's another late substitution there.
Again, if you're watching this, you can catch these on YouTube. You can also go to the LaxAllStars homepage, and all the games are right there at about a half hour or so after the game ends. They will be posted, and you can see the Brooklyn Dodgers versus St. Lawrence River Wolverines, the Syracuse Stingers, and the Casey Powell World Lacrosse. This one will be up again about half an hour after it's done. So if you're watching it right now, you're in the future. Anthony Patterson with the ball. Gets a nice pick. Little toe drag behind, falling. Gets it behind the back pass. Works it through to Wyatt Cooper. He's just going to lob it way up to the top, and they'll slow things down. That was Larson Sundown, who's going to the bench. 10 on the shot clock. Cooper comes up with it. Just 2 to shoot, and it gets away from Jake Rice. He'll run out of time and puts the ball down. It's going to be Caughnawaga Indians' possession.
Good job defensively there by the Indians.
That one's picked off by Kaminsky. He's flowing up the floor. Going to slow it down a little bit. See if he stays for the offensive shift. He will. Ball spins away, bounces away. Kaminsky spins off a check. Gets it down low. Nice reaching shot by Owen Hill to just tuck that one far side in off the post. Came from the second chance opportunity as Mike Kaminsky tracked it down off the boards. And 6-1, and so much for the close game.
Yeah, Bombers really pulling ahead. I wouldn't count the Indians out, though.
There is a draw to put these teams into the various pools, and it's after pool play where things really tend to tighten up. I mean, the first day you can have some games that aren't that close, but as we get to more into the playoff games, you get the first and second teams in their pools, things are going to really tighten up, and it just builds momentum this tournament. If you saw it last year, you know it can be pretty exciting. Glad to bring you much improved quality on the video this year. A lot of work went into getting this LASNAI tournament up on your screens and on the floor here in front of us. It's also out in the outdoor field house. And Caughnawaga had the ball, but either ran back into the crease or took too long to get it over center, as they were just kind of hanging around. Gawio Cree had to turn it over.
Really good scoop there by the Indians to get possession of the ball as it goes behind the bench there. Just a minute to go in this first half already. 6-1 Bombers.
Caughnawaga with possession. And I'll tell you, Dalton Day he's got the ball right now. He was working hard to sell that he had the ball off the start, hoping to get a little hidden ball trick going from the far side of the floor. I've never seen the hidden ball trick affected from opposite sides of the board. So here's a chance coming the other way. A lot of moves, but not being able to finish this. Ron John bounced off the post, does get his own rebound. They've got a fresh 30 and lots of time on the game clock, but it is stripped. Excellent job to knock that one loose, and the Indians get possession. That's Dusty Parker making the long pass. Oh, a little twisting attempt, but Goa Abrams was all over the Ray Oaks shot. 17 to go here in the half. It's just a 2 to 3 minute break between halves, then we get going right away again. It is pretty much non-stop lacrosse action here. If you can make it out, it's just $25 for a day pass. You can watch all the lacrosse you want. The half will end with that shot bouncing wide at 6-1 for the Basom Bombers over the Caughnawaga Indians. And a big smile for Goa Abrams as he heads to the bench.
Really good first half for the Bombers. Goa Abrams having a really good game in the goal. Larson Sundown with 3 goals in that first half, which is a really quality part of that Bombers offense. And let's see if the Indians can counteract that in the second half.
We'll take a break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm Steven Stamp with Tom Scavetta. Welcome back to Lacrosse, friends. Second half action about to start. Caughnawaga Indians in white with the black shoulder caps. We'll be going left to right this time, and they trail 6-1 to the Basom Bombers. I'm Steven Stamp with Tom Scavetta. Thanks for being with us at the LASNAI. We've got Wayne Abrams coming in to play net for the Bombers. Pretty snazzy goalie jerseys with the gray, with the black and the yellow, including the Bombers across the front. Substantially more elaborate than the fairly simple game jerseys that the runners are wearing. That faceoff is won by Wyatt Cooper, and the Bombers go to the offensive immediately. Up to the top to Owen Hill. Cut to the middle. Jake Rice with a chance, but he loses the ball, trying to tuck it far side, but the save by Colton Tarbell.
Really good job there by Tarble, just using his body to make that save, push the ball aside.
Penalty coming to the Bombers. The Indians not going to get the extra attacker out. They'll just go with 5. And the shot from the outside on his offside by Leland Powless. So the Indians will have a power play. It's the holding call coming against Quinn Halligan.
Need to take advantage of this opportunity here if you're the Indians. Try to get back in this game because it is running time. 13:42 to go. Yeah,
we've mentioned before it can run out pretty quick on you. And it looks like we have an injury to the Caughnawaga Indians. I believe it's Ron Toledo. No, it is Ryan Green, looking very uncomfortable in behind the Indians bench, and Dirk McComber helping him out. There's a drive to the net. Nice save by Wayne Abrams. A little twister from Ray Oakes. Couldn't quite find the back of the net. Oakes wants it on top of the crease again. They're going to go far side instead for the time being. Outside shot, Abrams turns that aside. Oh, scooped up by but lost. The Bombers could have cleared it out there, but Ron John just couldn't handle the ball. Backdoor, nice tuck home. And that is going to make it 6-2.
And Ray Oakes with the quick stick shot right there, and that's what you need on this power play. Get you some momentum. Only down by 4 now.
Yeah. Dirk McComber just checking to see if we can hear, if we're picking him up. We can hear him. I don't know if it's coming over the. No, it's not going over the broadcast. So you're good. Dirk just wanted to make sure he wasn't adversely affecting any young ears watching the game. Nice near post shot. Did it trickle through? Didn't get in. Wayne Abrams got just enough of it. Looked like Tony Sorcy may have managed to get that one in, and instead on the far end, it's going to be a goal.
It's like Sundown again. Let's see.
Was that Sundown? Jeez, he is on fire.
4 goals for Sundown.
And you can see some light coming in. The sides of this building, there are windows up top, and the sides do roll up. You can see right at the top of the screen there, those rolling metal doors like auto mechanic shop doors that will roll up and let it in. Now, it is fairly cool today. It's been so warm lately, but it can make for a tremendous environment in here. We do have some fresh air coming in. Nice forecheck to create a turnover, but it is snagged there by Cole Kirby. Makes the pass ahead, and the Indians pushing, trying to get things back. Well, it's tough when you work so hard to get that goal, and Ray Oakes puts it in, and then you give one up on a bit of a long outside shot where the Indians just kind of caught sleeping. There's Oakes on the back door again. He's been the most dangerous player on these Caughnawaga Indians. He's going to grab this one and have a chance. Toe drag, twister, went full wrap twister.
Oakes tried to do the same thing he did on that most previous goal.
Bombers slowing things down, setting up in the offensive zone. There's a feed through on the pick and roll. Nice finish. That time it's Owen Hill putting that one in.
These Bombers are having some outing right now. These kids look really good. Owen Hill, that's his 2nd goal of the game. Owen Hill had 31 points in league play this past year, 21 goals, 10 assists.
Which league?
I think the NLL, I want to say.
The which?
The NLL?
No. Sorry.
Not sure.
Okay. Well, we'll look it up. We'll see where, trying to think where Owen Hill played. I believe, I know I think he was playing junior, was called up. He did, I believe, step into some games with the Six Nations Chiefs and Major Series Lacrosse.
I think that's where it was, the Six Nations League.
But I believe it was with the Junior A Arrows that he got the majority of points. But he actually had some pretty good games with the Chiefs. We'll check that one out for you. Tell you, he's a tremendous young athlete, no question about it. The Indians putting the pressure on up the floor. There's a save again by Wayne Abrams. And the outlet pass all the way up to Sundown, but it gets away from him. Hudson Well will try and come up with it. We've got Ryan Green trying to walk off whatever he did to his leg behind us. He's going back and forth, looking a little uncomfortable, but he is moving, so hopefully he's going to be okay. And there's a backdoor shot that bounces in 9-2, and the Indians getting some good things happening, but every time they let their guard down for just a moment, the Bombers take advantage.
Another solid play there by the Bombers offensively, taking a 9-2 lead, 8:45 to go in regulation here. And sense of urgency now for the Indians, trying to get something going.
And another face-off win by Owen Hill. And the flip pass, a little behind the back over to Jake Rice, comes up to Owen Hill, slips off a check. Getting away from Ron Toledo, he'll throw it up top to Kaminsky. Comes over to the near boards. Patterson driving, reaches far side, that one goes off the goaltender, but it's picked up again by Kaminsky. Well, it's tough as a defensive team when you're trying to work, trying to get the ball back, there's a shot, the ball's loose, and the offensive team just snags it. They're trying to cut to the middle, gets free, Jake Rice will track it down. There's a shot from the outside that sneaks through by Kobe Whitcomb.
Everybody getting on the board now. Bombers getting some other guys involved. There's Whitcomb, good shot. And the Indians cannot catch a break. This Bombers offense is executing to near perfection right now.
Past the midway point of the second half, again, 2 15-minute running time halves. This tournament very much modeled on the Alice Rubeski Memorial in Prague, hosted by Radotin every spring for late April. And great tournament there. I really want to get over to that tournament here. Nothing but fantastic things about the whole atmosphere. Ray Oakes with a shot around the defender. Trying to use Ron John as a screen. Saved though by Wayne Abrams. And here come the Bombers again. Owen Hill all the way, length of the floor, scores.
I believe that's a hat trick now. And Owen Hill again just shoots up the lane and puts in a nice shot. Very quick.
Yeah, just flying up the floor. And having a little trouble finding him in the regular season. I know he scored, I believe, 4 goals for the Six Nations Chiefs in the playoffs this year. And, you know, for a young player, just a terrific performance. Sorry, 1 goal, 2 assists. He played 4 games. But I know the coach there, Rich Kilgore, the head coach, was pretty pleased with the way he fit in, the things he was bringing to the club when they needed to press him into duty. Bombers come up with possession again. Sundown almost had another one, but goaltender getting just enough of it.
Turnover here.
And the Indians going for a run. Here's a chance for Ty Powless. Passes it back door, but looked like Dalton Day had run himself just a little bit too far. He's trying to get the pass back, but Kaminsky picks off that cross-floor pass. Sundown, he's going to let it fly. Save. And the Indians come back the other way, 12-2, 5:12 to go here in the game. Oh, beautiful play. They get it ahead to Chauncey Hill. And he just does kind of a slow pivot and sweep shot over to the far side.
This is becoming a field outing for these Bombers. They're really dominating right now. And Chauncey Hill, again, right place, right time. You couldn't have written that better. 13-2, under 5 minutes to go. And Indians look like this one has slipped away from them.
Now, the one thing we actually have to check on is whether this is Owen S. Hill or Owen Cahill. Owen Cahill did play with the Chiefs, and Owen S. Hill played with the Six Nations Aero Sum. There's a backdoor sweep shot, which is turned aside. Comes back out nearing the 4-minute mark left in this game. Indians with a chance. Ray Oakes tries to get the pass through. It's knocked down by Ron John. And here come the Bombers back the other way. We're into the final 4 minutes. Patterson, as I mentioned, gliding up the floor. He just covers so much ground so smoothly. Pass a little bit high, but Skylar Thomas goes up and gets it. Feed through to the middle. Patterson spins and releases while staying out of the crease, but he is denied. It does come straight back to the Bombers, though. They'll go to fresh 30.
Bombers don't look like they're slowing down at all.
They're just getting warmed up.
Yep.
Our next game will be the Casey Powell World Lacrosse team versus the Courage Game House team. That should be a fun game. Both teams took it on the chin a little bit from the Syracuse Stingers, but we'll see how they can fare against each other when they've had a game to get into it. So that will be next. Here's Mike Kaminsky with a chance. That one's stopped. He's going to try and get his own rebound. He does. Loose ball, fresh 30 for the Bombers. Pass to the far side. Thomas bangs one off the boards. He's going to roll all the way back to the Basom end of the floor. And it'll be Caughnawaga Indians possession, 2.5 to go. Backpedaling is Ty Palace. Almost lost it, maintains possession. Tries to make a pass across. It's knocked down by Larson Sundown. What a game this kid is having. He's got a man with him. Gets it across. That one's stopped, though. Nice second half. I'll tell you, Colton Tarbell is making some saves, even though he's given up 13 goals. He's faced a ton of rubber. There's another one. Snagged there by Gates Abrams. Looks like he's having a little trouble with one of his legs. He's favoring, looks like, the left knee, but the shot on the run by Ron John. He's had some chances. He finally cashes in.
Ron John, been pretty quiet this game so far, finally gets on the board, and this just adds to the onslaught here, 14-2. And you have two players with 3+ goals on this team, Sundown and Owen Hill. Two really talented guys.
Coming into the final minute of play, Caughnawaga Indians with possession. A couple of Basom Bombers staying down in the offensive zone, so the Indians will be playing 3-on-3. Should have some space, but the shot goes wide, and the Bombers come up with the ball immediately. And they've already got a couple guys up there. They have numbers running 3-on-2. Pass across, give and go. Save made after Wyatt Cooper tried to bury that one. Bombers go to the offensive once again. Little toe drag in the shot by Gates Abrams. Can't find the net. That pass gets away. 15 on the shot clock. Things getting pretty physical over there. A little battle ensuing between Dave Whitby and Wyatt Cooper, and Corey Ground. Maury Ground. Backdoor attempt. Violation, though, and it will be Caughnawaga Indians ball. They're not going to be able to do much. They've only got 5 seconds left. Final score is going to be 14-2 for the Basom Bombers over the Caughnawaga Indians. That'll wrap it up for this game at the Lacrosse All-Stars North American Invitational. I'm Steven Stamp with Tom Scavetta. Lots more action coming. Stay with us.